Welcome to Daily Global Motivation, the place where we challenge mediocrity, confront fear, and ignite the fire within you. Today, we're diving deep into a truth that can completely reshape your reality. Your beliefs define your life. Every decision you make, every action you take, and every habit you form begins in the mind. Limiting beliefs are the invisible chains that hold you back from reaching your true potential. They are the internal stories you repeat, the doubts you accept as truths,
and the fears that quietly shape your choices. But here's the secret: these beliefs are not facts. They are thoughts that you can change, reprogram, and replace with empowering ideas that unlock the life you've always dreamed of. Before we go further, take a moment to subscribe, like this video, share it, and comment below with the word freedom if you're ready to break your mental chains and step into your full potential. Breaking free from limiting beliefs begins with one crucial step: awareness. You cannot change what you do not first recognize. Most people go through life trapped by invisible barriers, repeating thoughts like "I'm not enough," "I'll never succeed," or "this is impossible for me," without even realizing it. These thoughts are far more than fleeting negative emotions. They are mental programs that silently dictate your habits, erode your confidence, and determine the trajectory of your life. Awareness means shining a light on these patterns, identifying the lies you've accepted as truth, and confronting them with honesty and courage. When you bring these limiting beliefs into conscious recognition, you gain the power to dismantle them, one thought at a time. Replace "I can't" with "I'm learning," "I'm not ready" with "I'll grow as I go," and "I'll never succeed" with "How can I figure this out?" Each deliberate mental shift is like forging a new pathway in your brain, strengthening resilience, boosting confidence, and creating a foundation for unstoppable growth. Real-life examples illuminate the power of this awareness. Take J.K. Rowling, for instance, who faced repeated rejection before publishing the Harry Potter series. Early in her career, she could have easily accepted the narrative that her writing wasn't good enough, or that the world wouldn't embrace her ideas. Instead, she became aware of these self-limiting thoughts and chose to reframe them, focusing on growth, persistence, and the story she wanted to share with the world. Similarly, Steve Jobs, despite being ousted from Apple, the company he co-founded, refused to accept the limiting belief that failure defined him. He used that awareness of self-doubt and external criticism to innovate, create Next and Pixar, and eventually return to Apple stronger than ever. These examples show that once you become aware of the invisible chains that hold you back, you can confront them, reprogram your thinking, and turn potential limitations into launchpads for extraordinary success. Understanding that your beliefs are not fixed is a transformative insight that can change the way you approach every challenge in life. Your brain is not a static organ, it is a living, adaptable system that reshapes itself based on your repeated thoughts, experiences, and actions. Limiting beliefs exist because, over time, you have unknowingly reinforced them through repeated patterns of doubt, fear, and hesitation. The good news is that the same mechanism that created these mental constraints can be leveraged in your favor. Each time you consciously cultivate empowering beliefs, confront fear, challenge doubt, and act despite hesitation, you create new neural pathways that strengthen confidence, sharpen focus, and expand your capabilities. Change is not instantaneous, but it is achievable. It comes from consistent, intentional effort, a daily practice of feeding your mind with courage, positivity, and clarity. This deliberate practice gradually rewires your brain, making resilience, creativity, and growth your natural state. Real-life examples illustrate the power of this principle. Consider Malala Yousafzai, who grew up in a region where girls were often denied education. She could have internalized the limiting beliefs imposed by society, believing that her voice and potential didn't matter. Instead, she challenged these mental barriers, cultivating courage and a belief in her purpose. Through her consistent effort and refusal to accept limitation, she not only gained access to education, but became a global advocate for millions of girls worldwide. Similarly, Elon Musk faced repeated failures with Tesla and SpaceX, from rockets exploding to near bankruptcy. Yet he refused to accept the limiting beliefs that these setbacks defined his capabilities. By embracing a mindset of growth and relentless problem-solving, he created companies that revolutionized industries. She not only gained access to education, but became a global advocate for millions of girls worldwide. Similarly, Elon Musk faced repeated failures with Tesla and SpaceX, from rockets exploding to near bankruptcy. Yet he refused to accept the limiting beliefs that these setbacks defined his capabilities. By embracing a mindset of growth and relentless problem-solving, he created companies that revolutionized industries. Or confront a challenge head-on, you reinforce the belief that growth, success, and achievement are not just possible, they are inevitable. Action transforms abstract thoughts into tangible outcomes and rewires your brain to recognize your own capability. Without action, even the most empowering beliefs remain dormant. It is through movement, effort, and the courage to act despite fear that change manifests. Each small step, repeated consistently, compounds over time, creating momentum that propels you towards your goals, strengthens your resilience, and expands your sense of what is possible. History provides countless examples of the transformative power of action paired with belief. Thomas Edison, one of the greatest inventors of all time, faced thousands of failed attempts before creating the electric light bulb. He could have allowed these repeated setbacks to define him, cementing a belief that he lacked the ability to succeed. Instead, Edison consciously reframed each failure as a lesson, every challenge as feedback, and every moment of doubt as an opportunity to grow. This combination of relentless action and intentional mindset rewiring not only led to his groundbreaking inventions, but also changed the world forever. Similarly, Oprah Winfrey faced immense personal and professional challenges early in her career, from poverty to repeated rejection, yet she refused to let limiting beliefs dictate her life. By continuously pairing her empowering beliefs with decisive action, she built a global media empire and became one of the most influential figures in history. These examples demonstrate a fundamental truth. Belief without action is powerless, but when empowered thinking is paired with consistent, bold action, it creates extraordinary, life-changing results. Limiting beliefs are not just about what you think, they influence your environment and the people you attract. If you carry doubt, fear, or scarcity thinking, your relationships, career, and opportunities will mirror that mindset. Conversely, when you cultivate a mind that is empowered, resilient, and open to possibility, you naturally attract situations and people that align with that energy. Consider Oprah Winfrey, who rose from poverty, rejection, and personal trauma to build one of the most influential platforms in the world. She refused to accept limiting beliefs imposed by her circumstances and the world around her. Through relentless effort, belief in her potential, and unwavering focus on growth, she transformed her life and influenced millions globally. Her story proves that when you break free from mental chains, you don't just change your life, you change the world around you. Transformation is not a one-time revelation, it requires daily vigilance, consistency, and intentional effort. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is a continuous practice that demands you actively monitor your thoughts, examine your mental patterns, and replace any narrative that reinforces fear, doubt, or scarcity with one that empowers and elevates you. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of negativity, hesitation, and self-doubt, those weeds will grow and take over. But when you consciously feed it with positive, growth-oriented thoughts, surround yourself with ideas that challenge and inspire you, and intentionally avoid influences that reinforce limitation, your mental landscape begins to flourish. This is not a theoretical exercise, it is a practical, daily process that rewires your brain, strengthens resilience, and expands your capacity for creativity, focus, and achievement. Over time, these deliberate habits compound, creating a mindset that naturally seeks growth, embraces challenges, and refuses to be constrained by imagined limitations. Consider the life of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who faced repeated setbacks early in his career. After a promising football career ended abruptly due to injury, he could have allowed disappointment and limiting beliefs to define him. Instead, He developed a daily practice of discipline, reflection, and mental focus, consuming motivational content, surrounding himself with driven individuals, and relentlessly pursuing his goals. Similarly, Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history, is known for his lifelong habit of reading and learning daily. He consistently feeds his mind with knowledge, actively avoids distractions, and engages with ideas that expand his thinking. Both examples illustrate a universal truth. Daily, intentional practice is the engine of transformation. By monitoring your thoughts, challenging limiting beliefs, and nurturing empowering habits every single day, you build a mind that thrives under pressure, seeks growth relentlessly, and refuses to be defined by invisible boundaries. Ultimately, your life is a reflection of the beliefs you hold, invisible forces that shape your decisions, your habits, and the results you achieve. Every thought you accept, every assumption you make about your abilities, and every story you tell yourself about what is possible or impossible becomes a blueprint for your reality. To truly transform your life, you must begin by identifying the invisible limits you have unconsciously accepted and commit with unwavering determination to breaking them. This requires honesty, courage, and the willingness to confront fear head-on. Understand that you are capable of far more than you have been conditioned to believe. Every empowering thought you nurture, every action you take toward growth, and every risk you embrace is a deliberate step toward a life of purpose, freedom, and limitless possibility. The process is not easy, but it is essential, for without challenging your mental boundaries, your potential will remain dormant, and your life will reflect only the constraints you accept. History and real-life examples show the profound impact of breaking free from limiting beliefs. Take Helen Keller, for instance, who lost her sight and hearing at a very young age. Society and circumstance could have defined her potential, yet she refused to accept those limitations. Through determination, education, and the belief in her own capability, she became the first deaf-blind person to earn a college degree and went on to become an author, activist, and inspiration to millions. Similarly, Richard Branson, who struggled with dyslexia and was often told he wouldn't succeed in school or business, challenged those limiting beliefs by focusing on creativity, persistence, and bold action. Today, he is a global entrepreneur who has built a business empire that spans industries and continents. These examples prove a timeless truth. Breaking free from limiting beliefs is the bridge between ordinary and extraordinary, doubt and confidence, stagnation and unstoppable growth. The only barrier between you and your true potential is the one you accept in your mind, and the moment you refuse to accept it, you open the door to a life beyond imagination. So today, make the decision to rise above the mental barriers holding you back. Commit to awareness, mental discipline, and consistent action. Challenge the stories you've told yourself, embrace growth, and refuse to let fear dictate your life. And if this message resonated with you, don't just watch it, subscribe to Daily Global Motivation, like this video, comment freedom below, and share it with someone who needs this today. Remember, your beliefs shape your reality, and when you break free from limiting beliefs, you truly have the power to transform your life completely.